There are new plans for a controversial ADU project here in Pacific Beach, but do those plans make it less controversial? We'll hear from neighbors.
The push for state and federal laws that would recognize open water lifeguards as first responders.
Your personal information could be sitting with hundreds of companies. How one tool aims to help you remove it.
Climbing the ladder of success, manufacturing second chances at Rise Up Industries.
A developer is continuing his push to build a massive ADU project in Pacific Beach. After negative feedback from neighbors, he agreed to scale down the project, but people living nearby say it's still too big and too dangerous. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. News 8's Steve Price has new details and drawings of the project and reaction from both sides.
A developer was hoping to build 136 ADU units on 2 parcels of land here in Pacific Beach, but the project, called Chalcivica, immediately drew backlash from neighbors who sued to stop it. Now the developer has a new plan, less ADUs and more parking, but neighbors say it is still the wrong project for this neighborhood.
This is the new proposal, 6 buildings with 110 one-bedroom units and 15 two-bedroom units, 125 total homes down from 136, and an increase in parking spots from 70 to 126.
We're trying to craft a better relationship with our neighbors and with their city officials.
Brian Doyle is CEO of Infill Innovation, who says this development near the intersection of Pacifica and Bluffside and not far from a trolley stop helps the city comply with state housing mandates and provides tenants with exactly what they're looking for.
It's close to public transportation, it's close to where people work, it's close to amenities that people want to have in their cities.
Frankly, it's an apartment complex. It's passing itself off as an ADU project. It's ridiculous. I mean, it makes no sense whatsoever.
Merv Thompson with Neighbors for a Better Pacific Beach doesn't believe a word Infill Innovation is saying, pointing out if they really want to be great neighbors, why does their property look like this? A dilapidated fence, weeds, trash all over the place.
He's getting sued for non-paying his trust deeds. He's sued back. There's allegations of fraud. This is not responsible development. This is a responsible developer.
And Thompson points out this is historically protected property.
It really, frankly, historically belongs to the Kumeyaay tribe.
The developers say they are respecting the historical significance by moving parking off that particular area of the property.
We're actively trying to pursue a solution here, and one that will work for all constituents involved.
Right now, everything here is on hold while the lawsuit filed by Neighbors for a Better Pacific Beach moves forward. A court date is currently scheduled for November. In Pacific Beach, Steve Price, News 8.
Thanks, Steve. CAL FIRE is making progress on the Grade Fire that's burning up in North County. The fire has burned 689 acres. And just moments ago, we got word from CAL FIRE, an update that this fire is now 90% contained. That is up from 65% just yesterday, so great progress there. CAL FIRE has stopped the forward spread and has lifted all evacuation orders. The fire broke out just before 2 o'clock Friday afternoon near Highway 76 northwest of Lake Henshaw. The cause is still under investigation. A search is underway in Oceanside tonight for a driver who killed a woman in a hit-and-run crash. It happened just before 10 last night. Police say a woman was standing in the eastbound lanes of State Route 76 near Guahome Lake Road when she was hit. The driver did not stop. The woman died at the scene. Her name is not being released at this time. Anyone who may have witnessed the crash is being asked to call Oceanside Police. After a dramatic rescue at a Santa Cruz beach, there's a growing push to finally give California's open water lifeguards the official first responder status supporters say they've earned.
News 8's Kelly Hessedal has more from Ocean Beach.
Well, here in San Diego, lifeguards operate and are looked at as first responders. They're part of San Diego Fire Rescue. However, there's no law currently on the books at the state or federal level that designates them as such. So we'll talk more about that in just a moment. But first, here's the teenage lifeguard at the center of that viral video. Take a listen.
I look up and I see a young boy get swept off his feet on a low point on the beach. I start running up the beach as he gets pulled out. The challenges for this rescue was that it was so close in, fins were ineffective, I'm seeing waves on the outside. As I grab the child, he goes limp, so I'm thinking about if he's unconscious or not, and that I really need to go in. The whole time I was thinking I just need to hold my position until my partner can get here because I'm not going to be able to get him out on my own.
And this video is really renewing this push to recognize all open water lifeguards, so those who are at beaches, as first responders. 16-year-old lifeguard Ryder Williams, whom you just heard from, recently rescued a 10-year-old child at Seabright State Beach in Santa Cruz. And as you can see, huge waves just pummeled them again and again. Now, the conditions were extremely dangerous. Now, fortunately, with the help of a fellow lifeguard, they were able to get that child to shore. So their actions are really putting a spotlight on this issue. Now, there are a number of efforts at both the state and federal level to get the ball rolling to formally recognize all lifeguards as first responders. There's a resolution at the federal level, H.R. 1188, that has the support of a number of congressmen, including Mike Levin and Juan Vargas. At the state level, State Senator Catherine Blakespear is pushing for a resolution as well. Now, I talked to her this afternoon, and here's what she said.
There are rights, protections, and benefits that accrue to first responders that are more in line with police and fire. So right now, open ocean lifeguards are not considered first responders. What is being proposed is a resolution. So it is not going to change the category for ocean lifeguards if we pass this in the legislature, but it's the first step.
And so the next step would be to introduce a bill that would make this law. Now, I asked the state senator, has there been any opposition to this so far? And she said no, but she warned me, should they move forward with a bill to make this law, things could get more complicated. There would be a price tag attached to it, possibly for increased pay, added benefits. So we're just going to have to wait and see where this all goes. Kelly Hessedall, News 8.
Thank you, Kelly. If you've noticed more mosquitoes than usual this summer, you're not alone. County Vector Control says hot, humid weather is prime breeding time for both backyard mosquitoes and the kind that can spread West Nile virus. Crews treat up to 54 sites with larvicide every 2 to 3 weeks by helicopter and up to 1,500 more by hand. Last year, West Nile cases among mosquitoes and birds spiked sharply across the county. Crews are watching closely to see if that trend repeats itself.
We have seen several traps where we're collecting mosquitoes test positive for West Nile virus. But the good news is so far we're not seeing as dense of activity as we did last year.
And you can help by draining any standing water around your property or screening it off and using repellent with DEET. Some controversy in La Mesa, where a new apartment project with limited parking is one step closer to becoming a reality.
News 8's Alex Lai shows us where it is and shares more on the concerns being raised.
Parking spot here in La Mesa Village is already pretty difficult. Right now I'm in the parking lot on Allison and Palm Avenue, and there's actually going to be a huge apartment complex coming here. It's right by the U.S. Bank parking lot and near the Goodwill. Now there's going to be significantly more units than there are parking spots, and on top of that I want to show you how close it is to this apartment complex also going in. That one is also going to have significantly less parking spots than it does units, and that's because right across the street you can see the trolley here. There's a transit line right near there. That means that builders don't need to provide as many parking spots because it is so close to transit. Now, this is going to create some parking issues. It's already pretty difficult to get a spot over here right now. I spoke with Councilmember Laura Lothian, who has some proposals to help ease this parking situation. First, she's doing a study to see how many of these red curbs, also white passenger loading zones, are really needed and if any of them can be turned into parking spots. Now, she's also looking into turning some of those triangle spots into golf cart parking and motorcycle parking. And lastly, she is looking to see if we can add some more of those T-lines in so cars will be able to fit more. What do you guys think? Have you had any parking issues here, and what do you think would be able to fix that?
Good questions there. Thanks, Alex. You can stream more videos like this on our CBS 8 app. Just download it to your phone or TV and watch for free. Sharp Mary Birch Hospital for Women and Newborns held its annual breast milk drive today, collecting frozen donations for the Mother's Milk Bank of California. The milk helps feed premature and medically fragile babies. Sharp's NICU alone uses more than 30,000 ounces of donated breast milk each year. Over the past decade, this annual drive has collected more than 440 gallons of breast milk. That's enough for more than 226,000 feedings for those tiny infants.
Babies can be susceptible to infection and illness, and we want to give the babies the best start in life as possible.
The event also highlighted National Breastfeeding Month. The CDC says breast milk is the best source of nutrition for babies, helping protect them from illness while supporting healthy immune systems. For mothers, they say breastfeeding can also lower the risk of certain cancers, type 2 diabetes, and high blood pressure.
A trade deadline has come and gone, and the Padres have two new promising additions tonight.
News 8's Jake Ariani is breaking it all down for us still ahead. Plus, a shakeup in Sacramento as the top Republican in the state assembly is stripped of his leadership status, and the reason why remains unclear.
And a look at the devastation caused by wildfires that have leveled communities in Washington state as crews work to gain control of those fires.